Hey guys, let's talk about Kaboom. I have another video on YouTube that goes through the Kaboom where we're actually going up to handstand and using a handstand to go step by step. But this is another option that works for people that don't tend to have the best conditioning. So for you freestyle guys that haven't gone to the gym yet, this might be an option for you to kind of keep safe and go simply step by step around the side. As you can see here, I'm kicking my feet around like I'm doing a flat spin rather than doing a back flip, because if I go over straight on my head, then I'm going to either have two issues. One, I'm going to potentially just be so scared that I won't even go for it. Or two, I will actually land on my head because it's very hard to gauge how hard to kick, where to throw, all that sort of stuff. So going around the side allows you to sort of go step by step, as you can see here. I would highly recommend you playing with it, keeping the arms in. If the arms are in, then you can land any which way as you see, and it's no problem. If the arms are out, then you're a lot more likely to hurt your wrist or your elbow, or your shoulder, of course. So just keep those arms in and kind of get used to landing on the side. You'll see that I'm going nice and low. I'm taking one bounce, because if you get the technique, you do not need to go higher. So don't go any higher than that just to learn. And once you've got it, then you can make it systematic, go higher and higher, add twists and all that other stuff. But when you're first learning, you really don't need that. You need to just kind of flip it, flop it all over, just get it done, keep the arms in, and it's really simple and easy, and it will progress something like this. I'm sure it'll take a little bit longer than what I'm doing here because I've done this before, but fundamentally it's the same. So we actually have this video at Allerup where we have an athlete that we worked with that actually goes through it as well, and we'll show you his progression so you can see what someone can do when they haven't had the experience that I have, but they can still learn this pretty easily all within a day. So we're working with Elias here, and he is definitely new to this Kaboom stuff, so we had to work with him a little bit, kind of getting him used to it. But you can see he's a little bit more floppy than I was. He's a little bit new. He doesn't really understand exactly where to go. So what you'll see is we actually have Freddie over there on the other side of the trampoline, and that will be his visual marker. I don't need his toes pointed. I don't need all the technique. I simply need him to understand how to get over, because the first thing an athlete will have is a lot of fear for something new. Once he gets over that fear and realizes that learning is actually very safe, simple, step by step, then you can tighten it up and it's really easy. Majority of athletes really won't just go for it. You'll have some of the really good guys that kind of just go and it's fine, but generally speaking, most people will want to go step by step. So this is a really easy way to get it going. But use Freddie or some block or some kind of visual marker to get them to look behind them. As you can see, I was telling him that he was looking forward, and by looking forward, he's kind of balancing out the equation, so he's not allowing himself to be off axis going backwards. He's just kind of piking up and sitting up, looking for the ground. Therefore, that's going to stop him from actually going backwards. So that's what Freddie's doing. He's just keeping him thinking about going backwards. There we go. It's all about where Freddie goes, wherever you go.
We got you over. You're not obviously straight yet,
yeah,
but you got you around. How does it feel compared to when you started?
I feel a lot more calm.
It freaked you out at first?
A little bit, yeah.
And then so we went around the side, and now you're not going over straight, but you're now less freaked out about it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Good. So if you were to keep playing with this and we just let you play, you think you would get it eventually?
I'm not sure, maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know, there might be something I'm missing as well.
Okay.
You haven't told me yet.
Exactly. I haven't told you anything, and that's the point, right?
Yeah.
And that's what we want to demonstrate, that you guys have it in with you to do this. So I want you to keep playing with it.
All right.
I want to see how it feels, and I'll ask you again in like 5 minutes.
All right. Will do.
Good job, buddy.
Thanks.
Keep going.
That's better. Hey.
Yeah!
Hey.
Very good. Do another one just for the video, just to make sure it wasn't a fluke. Yes! got him over the fear of doing it, so now if we let you just play with it, you'll eventually get it. Very good. Very good work. Very good. Guys, so all we want you to realize is that you can do it yourself. You can do it systematically without dying, and you just got to build it, right? So all we want you guys to do is when you go back to your gyms or whatever you're doing, don't think it has to be this one way with the perfect technique and all that. That comes later. Don't put the cart before the horse. Get yourself comfortable with moving first. Then you can tighten it up, point your toes, use your arms and all that sort of stuff. If you start with that, you're gonna put yourself in a box that then just makes learning so much more harder. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Guys, very good work, guys. Feel free to bounce, but they're gonna be serving lunch soon, so go eat. Thank you, guys.